Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Happy New Year to all my subscribers. If this is your first time or stopping by, you're welcome to the family. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always watching my videos. Thank you for all the likes and all the comments. It really means a lot to me. So guys, in this tutorial I will be explaining how to calculate your accurate body measurement, how to divide your body measurement, what you should use, and also I'll be talking about how to identify your original velvet material if you want to buy, and how to work on velvet material, especially stretchy materials, and how to take care of your sewing machines. So guys, if you want to see all of this, stay tuned to this channel and make sure you watch this video to the end. So guys, I'm going to be starting with how to divide your body measurement. Okay, there are some body measurement that should be divided by 2, while some are divided by 4. It actually depends on what works for you. So here I'll be sharing with you those measurements that should be divided by 4 and those ones that should be divided by 2. I'll be starting with the back measurement. Our back measurements should be divided by 2 when you are cutting your fabric. Let's assume our back is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Then you add your ½ inch allowance to it. That's 7.5. So you divide your back measurement, which is also the shoulder measurement, by 2. Now moving to the bust measurement. The bust measurement is always divided by 4 when you're cutting your fabric. When you're cutting your fabric, it is folded in 4, so you divide by 4. Let's assume you're working with a bust of 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So you add your seam allowance to it. If you're adding a dart to the cloth, you add your dart allowance also to it. Moving to the waist is also divided by 4. Your waist is, if your waist is 30 divided by 4, that's 7.5. Then the hip also is also divided by 4. If you are working with a hip of probably 44 divided by 4 is 11 inches. So if you are working with a waist of 44, you divide it by 4 inches. It actually depends on you. I tell people, do what works for you. For the fact that is working for me might not work for you. So when you keep practicing, you keep working, what works for you, just continue with it. Like me, I divide my hip by 4, except for exceptional cases that but normally you should divide your hip by 4 depending on the garment you're making. So moving to the waist is also divided by 4. You know, there are different ways of achieving things. If you're making a pencil skirt, you might achieve it in a different way. I might achieve it in a different way. It doesn't mean that my own is not right. It doesn't also mean that your own is not right. So you work with what is working for you. Now, the thigh measurement is always divided by 2. In case you're sewing a trousers, a pants, a palazzo, is always divided by 2. So let's assume you're working with a thigh of 22 inches. 22 divided by 2 is 11 inches. The ankle is divided by 2. The knee is also divided by 2. If you're working with ankle of 12 inches divided by 2 is 6 inches. That is how to divide. If it is working for you, just continue with it. What works for you, keep at it and do it. As long as you're getting a perfect result, there's no problem with it. So guys, I will be moving to how to identify your velvet material. So right here, I have 2 velvet material here. I have the original velvet. This is it. And I also have the fake one here. So to identify the fake one, you look at the selvage of the fake. It's always fold. Sorry, I already used this one, so I just want to use this one to explain to us. This is the selvage. You can see this is the selvage of it, but it's always fold. You can see that it's folding. The original one does not fold. The original one is more heavier. This is it. I started using it though. It's more heavier than the fake one. Look at it. The selvage of the original one is always straight. Though I've used this one, It's always straight. This is somewhere, is around somewhere here. It's always straight, and it's the original is thicker than the fake. So those are the tips of identifying your velvet material. And if you're working on velvet material, velvet are always more difficult to work with because they are stretchy, the texture of the material. So I will advise you add an interface to your velvet, especially if you're making a corset or a bustier, so that it will be easier for you to work on. It can be stay, it can be paper stay, anyone that works for you, it's fine. So just go ahead and use it. It is fine. Moving to the next point is how to take care of our sewing machine. Sometimes we forget to clean our sewing machines. We are so busy to the extent of forgetting to clean the sewing machine. As a human being, you take your bath every day, you brush your teeth, you look good, you drink water, you do every necessary thing every day to your body. Why can't you do the same to the sewing machine? Like, this is what you normally use to make money. So I would advise this here that you take it seriously. At least every week, make sure you clean your sewing machine, dust every necessary part that should be dusted, oil every part that needs to be oiled, so that it can work fast, so that it can work perfectly. Because if you don't, the time you will need it most, it might end up disappointing you. So make sure you take good care of your sewing machine, dust every part, clean the sewing machine, take good care of the sewing machine so that it can work fine and work well for you this year. And next point is how to work on stretchy fabric. When I'm cutting my stretchy fabric, I don't add much allowance to them. The reason is that the fabric on its own is stretchy already, so when you add too much allowance to it, it is just wasting of fabric. What I do is that when I'm cutting any stretchy fabric, the maximum allowance I add to it is 1 inch. That is, if my bust is 40 divided by 4 is 10. I just add 1 inch to it. That is if I'm sewing for client. But if I'm sewing for myself, sometimes I don't even add allowance to it. What I do is that if my bust is 40 and I'm dividing 40 by 4, that is 10. I subtract 1 from it to give me a perfect shape, because if you go ahead and use that 40 the way it is, it will end up not fitting very well. It might be too big because the fabric on its own is stretchy. So you have to subtract 1 inches from it. If your bust is 40 divided by 4 is 10, that is 10. You subtract 1 from it, that's 10 minus 1, that's 9. So you use 9 instead of 10 so that the clothes will be fitted on the body. So you cannot add just 1 inch to it. And if you don't want to add any allowance to it, you can just leave it at 10. That 10, you assume that 1 inch is a seam allowance, then 9 inches is for the bust, and by the time you're done sewing, it will be very fitted on the bust's body. And if you're working with the back, if my back is 14 divided by 2 is 7, I don't add seam allowance to it, because if I do, by the time I'm done, the back might not really sit very well on the back measurement. It might come and stay somewhere here instead of the right place. So I don't add seam allowance. So when I finish sewing, automatically it will stay in place. That's 14 divided by 2, 7. I'll just cut 7 and I'll sew, and it will be perfect. The same thing goes to the hip, the bust, every other part. So that's what I do when I'm sewing stretchy fabric. You can try it out. It can be helpful to you. So I decided to share with someone out there that this information might be helpful to someone out there. So lastly, before I go, if I'm working for my clients, I normally ask them, do you like fitted clothes? Make sure you ask questions. This here, ask them questions. When you're taking body measurement for clients, you ask them, because there are some clients that don't like fitted clothes. If you assume they like fitted clothes and you sew fitted clothes for them, you end up losing the clothes. It's like double work for you. So you ask them when you're taking, I beg your pardon, when you're taking their body measurement, you ask them, do you like your clothes to be fitted or loosed? They will tell you. So with that, you would not need to do double work on any client's work this year. So guys, if this tutorial has been helpful to you, if you have learned one or two things from this tutorial, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment. If you would also want me to do a tutorial on how to take accurate body measurements, you can drop it on the comment section. I will be very glad to do that. If there's any tutorial you want me to do, you can drop it on the comment section. I'll be also happy to do that for you this year. So this year is going to be back to back. I'm going to be uploading videos. As long as you're ready to watch them, I'll be uploading them. Before I go, I have another channel. I'll leave the link on the description box so you go and check it out. In that channel, I'll be uploading different things on different topics. But here, yeah, we are doing fashion. Thank you guys for watching. Till I see you next time, my name is Esther. Don't stop learning, keep learning. Bye bye.